Hey guys, Benji here. I have a quick little exercise for you to help you figure out what is actually the most important thing regarding your matching process, because we often say that finding someone is actually not as complicated as we might think, right? And as we've seen more and more testimonies of people getting blessed and finding their matching partner, there seems to be a process that you need to go through to break some beliefs or grow your skill set or your mindset or become a little more open-minded to figure out exactly like what is at the core of what you're looking for in a matching process, all right? So to break down this exercise I have for you, I'll tell you a story about a matching candidate I was talking to last week. Wonderful, wonderful sister. And I asked her specifically, right, because she was a bit frustrated with her matching process and trying to find someone. She felt like she was hitting roadblocks and, you know, hitting ceilings in terms of actually finding a guy, right? And so I asked her, okay, so tell me, what are the three most important things to look for in your partner, right? So she broke them down, three things that she really believed that were really truly important in finding a partner, okay? And I summarized those three things, and I said, none of that matters. No, hold on. There's a reason that I'm saying this, okay? I'm not just trying to be unnecessarily brash to her, all right? So I said to her, okay, none of that matters. And I want you to tell me, and I said this to her, tell me why you think that those three things matter to you. And what was interesting at this point is that in this conversation, she started to have a lot of conviction for some of them and not so much conviction about some of the other things that she thought really mattered, right? So what this really comes down to is the exercise is, I want you to tell me what are the things that you think really truly matter in your matching process in terms of finding someone, or the way you want to find someone, or the quality of the person you're looking for, and name those things. And then I want you to tell me exactly why you think those things matter. And when I say it, those things don't matter, actually. I want you to defend your belief and your conviction as to why they matter, all right? Because I'm not saying that they don't matter. What I'm saying is the things that matter to you do matter. In other words, it doesn't actually matter who you get matched to, but the things that matter to you do matter. To emphasize this point, we talk about true parents matching, right? True fathers matching. What was the fundamental quality of two individuals that he put together that made it work, even though completely random person that they didn't know and probably didn't speak the same language, from a different culture and a different family background? Why is it that can work? Why is it worked hundreds and thousands of times for two people from totally different worlds? It's because the same thing mattered to both of them. It's because they both had the belief that this blessing is what I want, and whatever True Father says is my match, I'm going to go through with it with absolute faith and absolute loyalty and trust that this is God working, right? And that's why it works, is because the thing that mattered to these two people was the same thing. You can't just get two people off this random from the street and do that. True Father can't just, get two people random off the street and say you guys match. No, because they have no context. They have no context of that absolute belief and faith that God is working through that, right? So that's why it works. We had another testimony that we just posted on the podcast, which was of Josh and Rika, who just were blessed recently, right? And I really broke down in that conversation, what is it that really mattered to you? And both of them came to the conclusion that what really mattered to them was getting matched with someone that had absolute conviction in the blessing, no matter what, and we're going to make it work no matter what. And they both said that. No matter what, I'm going to make this blessing work, and I'm going to commit to it in growing through the process, even if it's challenging, even if it's difficult, right? And you'll also notice in that interview, the thing that didn't matter to them, that matters to a lot of people, but in Josh's situation in particular, what didn't matter to him was the fact that his wife, Rika, was previously blessed before, right? Now, do you see what's happening here? Because she was previously blessed before, a lot of people that she communicated with, that was a red flag for them, and that was the first thing they noticed, and they didn't even consider getting to know her because they had this belief that what really matters to me is my wife cannot be a re-blessing, right? And what Josh had was this open-mindedness that actually maybe that might matter, but actually he was willing to challenge that and maybe consider that didn't matter. But what happened was it instantly opened up his pool of opportunity to find somebody that was actually a good match. So in essence, this couple works because what matters to them, Josh and Rika, was the same, that they wanted to make the blessing work no matter what. But what didn't matter to them was a re-blessing. There's a lot of stuff that don't matter to you, and this is why this exercise is important. I want you to tell me with conviction what matters to you and explain why. If I tell you all that stuff doesn't matter, I want you with conviction to tell me why those things matter. And if you still have conviction through all those points, that means those are things that are worth holding on to. Those are things that matter to you and you should hold on to them. But all the other stuff, give it up. That's my honest advice. All the other stuff, just throw it away. It doesn't matter. Unless you have conviction about it, it doesn't matter. So going back to this original story, right? This sister I was talking to had those 3 things. And it turns out that actually only one of them was something that she really, really had conviction about and mattered. So she was able to be a little more lenient on the other 2 because she thought they really mattered. But when she actually was challenged, and I told her those things don't actually matter unless they really matter to you, then she was able to change her perspective and think, actually, only one of these is really, truly important to me. And the other things I can kind of do without. So she began to be open-minded. And when you're open-minded, guys, your pool of opportunity is larger and you allow for God to work more because you allow more opportunities into your life. You see where I'm going? So just to summarize, it doesn't matter who you get matched to. But, big but, it only matters what matters to you. So if something matters to you, I want you to fight for that with conviction and let that be the leading thing that you talk about when you're talking with people. In your matching process, when someone asks you, what's the most important thing to you? What do you believe in? That's what you go with. You don't go with anything else, all right? If you can't tell me with conviction why you don't want an international matching, why you have to have someone that's from your country, if you can't tell me with conviction that you absolutely need that because that matters to you, then I suggest that you throw it away. I suggest that you consider that that's actually not that important and that you can actually create this blessing, this ultimate goal that you have for your life without any of that. All right, I love you guys. We're going to the swimming pool right now. Kids are right there in their swimming suits, patiently waiting. All right, check out matchnet.us if you want to join our program and take a step-by-step process through the matching process so that we can actually help you in there and have some of these mind-blowing conversations and mind shift changes that we're talking about. All right, love you guys. Take care.